Hey guys, it's Q here from Wealth Awesome, and today we're going to talk about high interest saving account ETFs. And the reason for this is, as most of you probably know, the Bank of Canada has increased their interest rate by a lot, and so has the rest of the world, mostly, over the last few years, right? With inflation ramping up and since COVID, et cetera, et cetera. People's mortgage rates are high, but what that means is that saving rates are high as well. And if you have cash sitting around in your investment account, you should definitely be taking advantage of this. And so I want to go through the core ETFs that exist and show you which one is a better option, but also where you might need it or where you might not. Go over to this article that we have here about the Horizons High Interest Savings ETF. This tends to be the most popular one at the moment. It has a 5.06% yield at the moment. Obviously, as interest rates come down and stuff like that, these will go. So it's really about maximizing your cash value and the time and value of money right now. But just skipping all of this, of course, the nice thing about these high interest rate ETFs is that they effectively can be bought and sold instantly. So there's no lockup, that kind of basic stuff. But going over to sort of these comparisons here, the core high interest savings account are the Purpose one, the one from Horizons. There is the Franklin Bissett one, the BMO Ultra Short Term Bond. But just to show you the overall things here, especially from an MER perspective, really it's the Purpose one and the Horizons one that's going to give you the best bang for your buck when it comes to these interest rates. And CSAV is also one that has a lot of traction, and that is the CI high interest rate. So it has a slightly lower yield at the current moment, as well as a higher MER. So I would say this is probably why you've seen a lot of fund flows into cash, which is a good ticker as well, versus some of the other ones. And these fund flows are starting to decrease a little bit. So if you're looking just purely on the interest rate basis and getting the best bang for your buck, I would look at cash. Effectively, it holds it basically rotates through all of the big bank interest deposits. So, of course, if your cash is in the bank, you can earn your interest rates there. They might not be as high, but this allows you to rotate within your investment account. Now, why this is important is if we start to look at some of the different investment accounts. So let's say if you're at Wealthsimple, the way they calculate their interest rates is on, they have a tiered system. So it's 4% as soon as you open an account. They haven't actually updated this since July 2023, which means they're sort of keeping a little bit more interest rates than you would have. If you're Wealthsimple Premium, you get 4.5%. You get 5% if you're, a Wealthsimple Generation client. But if we look at the benchmark rate right now is basically 5%. So if we take a look at Interactive Brokers, which not everybody is on, but they tend to have the best interest rates as a whole. So they pay, 4.83% for US, and then basically, if you have more than 10,000, then you're going to pay, they pay you 4.36, and if you're on their light platform, it's 3. So you can see where people are, or where these platforms are starting to take away some of your interest, and that's because with these high interest rates, they can give you something basic, but also then they can earn money off that as well. Especially when it comes to Questrade. So Questrade, they're non-registered accounts. They're put in prime minus 8.5%. So, and their prime rate is 7.2, which means that this is negative. And here it says if the interest rate is negative, they'll receive zero interest. So I would just recommend that you take a look at your brokerage. Make sure that it's not if it's giving you decent interest, obviously that's nice and easy. If not, I would recommend moving your cash in your interest rate in your investment account into one of these high interest savings ETFs. Cash is good. CSAP is pretty good. PSA is good. Whichever one, check out this article, do your own diligence, but park your cash in there. You're earning free money while it sits. It's all invested in, ultra short-term benchmarks. So you can basically just gain that interest as your cash sits, move it into any investments if you need to. But this is the key right now, especially with interest rates so high. So hope that is a valuable thing to have. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below. And if you like this kind of content, comment, like, subscribe, and we will do some more.